Well, you know, it's only one fight they talking about, and that's Spence. Whenever you're ready, I'm here.
What's going on, you guys? So, it looks like Terence Crawford has lost hope in ever facing any of the premier boxing champions, welterweights. Got the article link in the description from boxing.com. And Bud Crawford pretty much told Los Angeles Times that it's frustrating, but I look at it as a business move by them not to fight me. I'm not going to knock them or be a hater, but I know where I stand and I know the game they're playing, and there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to focus on what I can do and keep making a living and keeping my name up there as the pound for pound best fighter. The biggest fights to be made at welterweight is a unification between Crawford and Spence. I don't know if that fight would ever happen. You know what I'm saying? Crawford said he don't even know if that fight ever happened. And that's not something I can decide. It takes two people to fight, and it takes two companies to sit down and figure it out and decide what network we're going to fight on. Where we're going to fight, what the purses are going to be is not as easy as people think it is, but it could be easy if we finally sat down at the same table and made it happen. So, Terence Crawford basically lost hope whenever this fight happening. The premier boxing champions, PBC, they don't even want to sit at the table to even try to negotiate. You got a lot of fans and a lot of defense mechanisms coming up with the Sean Porter thing and, you know, things of that nature. But Sean Porter hasn't said anything in regards to facing Terence Crawford since his loss to Errol Spence Jr. Now, we all know when one of those guys lose a fight, they go off in the public, they start shouting out they're going to fight this guy over there, they're going to fight this guy over there, and then in the end, PBC usually gives them what they want. You know, Errol Spence Jr. now has a built-in excuse to not face Terence Crawford. I say about time he's fully healed and ready to go. He may fight a tune-up or a mandatory. Then he go fight a real opponent, maybe, you know, depending on how he looked in that tune-up fight. And then he may be at 154 before we know it. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence is going to be 30 years old soon, and he's going to start getting bigger. You know, it's going to be harder for him to make that 147 weight limit. And then, you know, it's going to be one of those what-if situations. You know, I just don't want it to turn into one of those situations to where it's like, you know, Charlie Burley from back in the day when he got avoided, never really got an opportunity to truly prove himself and show the world how great he was. Or Mike McCallum when he was getting avoided by the Fabulous Four and he didn't get the opportunity to show how great he truly was. Terence Crawford is in a similar boat. And so is Demetrius Andrade, and you could damn near throw Jamal Charlo in there as well. You know, they may not really get an opportunity to truly prove themselves. I guess you could say Jamal Charlo is still kind of, you know, he's fighting Dennis Hogan. I think that's a pretty solid fight, depending on how Dennis Hogan looks. Dennis Hogan did beat Jaime Munguia. He just didn't get the decision. He definitely beat Jaime Munguia. But nonetheless, they all in the same boat. Terence Crawford is just one of these guys in a situation where, you know, he's with Top Rank and all of a sudden they don't want to do business all of a sudden because it's really, let's just be honest, it's Terence Crawford. Now, I heard that Sergey Lipinets is supposed to fight the guy that beat Luis Collazo in I think it's going to be a IBF. I want to say it's an eliminator fight. I can't remember what it was, but either way, you know, that's the PBC and Top Rank doing business. You know, the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight got made. That's PBC and Top Rank doing business, right? But when it comes to Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, Terence Crawford or Danny Garcia, any of these other premier boxing champions, here comes the defense mechanism. Here comes the gun turret, ready to shoot you if you walk on sight, just me even mentioning it. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those fights that we can almost be certain that these guys are going to avoid Terence Crawford for as long as possible, and the fans ain't helping. You know, all these guys who's fans of networks and certain promotional companies, they're the problem. Because at the end of the day, what we want to see is the best fights. And if a guy like Terence Crawford has been telling us that he's been wanting to fight these guys, he can't get these guys in the ring, what could he do? Then what could he do? He should get a pass on fighting guys like Mean Machine. You know what I'm saying? The Benavidez's of the world. Because why? Because these other guys don't want to fight him. Remember when Danny Garcia first came to welterweight, everybody wanted to fight him. They welcomed him with open arms. When Pacquiao was the man, back when he was the WBO champion and all that shit, everybody wanted to fight Pacquiao. There was no such thing as side of the street. There was no such thing as a Bob Arum being a problem. It was none of that. But now that it's Terence Crawford, it's all of a sudden a problem. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.